Hello! Hello, everybody. I just realized I was going live and forgot to actually turn on the sound, which would have made it a little bit harder for you to follow along with whatever I was doing here today. So, hello! I see Aaron Bard and Sandy there in the chat. Good to see you guys. Hope you're having a good summer's day. We've been having like crazy summer days here. It's been either cool and a little bit cloudy, which is lovely weather as far as I'm concerned, but not really summer, height of summer type of weather. Or like right now, the sun just came out. And so like you'll see, like I've got this bright sunshine over here. That's even with the awning all the way out and blocking the sun. It's a little crazy. So I just realized that I had forgotten to switch over. So here we are, our lovely Rosenbloom here. And we've been, why is my mouse being weird? Oh, hang on, I may have to open my mouse thing. But yes, we've been out running around in Rohan. So I need to change her outfit because this is not. We don't need to be in our cold weather outfit. None of our cold weather outfits are necessary. We should be in a nice summery outfit. There we go. Ta-da! I love the outfit system in Lotro. Oops, I don't, well, I guess that would have worked, but I want to go to that house. So, Sandy says, dangerous heat wave here in the U.S. Midwest. Boo. I am sorry to hear that. That is not awesome. Yeah, it's been crazy. There's been, I guess, like heat domes that have been hitting parts of Europe. Turkey got up to 50 degrees Celsius, which, ooh. So let me put it this way. 35 is uncomfortable and 40 is dangerous. 50 is what? 122 Fahrenheit. They got up to 122 Fahrenheit recently this summer. Like, insane. So Sandy says, this Hobbit is staying in the AC. Well, the funny thing is, yes, but is it a dry heat? In Turkey, I don't know. I would assume it's humid because they're by the Mediterranean there. I don't know, though. So I was going to say, the funny thing is, Europe, a lot of the places here were built a while ago. And so it is unusual to build a place with air conditioning over here. So a lot of places don't have AC. A lot of houses, some like building, like grocery stores, they all have AC, but it's not like, they don't crank it up like they do in the US. It's not crazy like where you're walking in, from the heat and you're like drenched, and then you walk into the grocery store and then you're like, everything's frozen. It's not quite like that. So they don't blast it quite like that, like they do in the US. But they do have air conditioning in, like, because that's something they recommend. They're like, if you're having trouble with the heat, go do some grocery shopping, go to the library, like, go find a public style building to go hang out at. And there's also some places that we're doing like little community centers, and if they have the air conditioning on, or if they just have a lot of water or whatever, trying to make sure. And like when we get heat waves in Europe, they'll be like, check on your elderly neighbors, make sure they're okay, all of that sort of stuff. It's like, oh, that's good. Whoa, my inventory's a mess. Are you on? I'm gonna give you stuff. Okay, let's see. Do I need to talk to Wenda? I walked over her like I do. No, I don't. I have 10 days on my stuff. I'm good. All right, I'm going to go find one of B4's characters. And wow, Sandy says over 38 degrees Celsius here this week. Yeah, that is uncomfortable. Like, that's bordering on dangerous, right? That's like 100 degrees, I think, Fahrenheit, right? That's like pretty close to that. That's crazy cakes. Not my favorite thing. It's so weird because I thought everybody's weather is the same, right? I mean, like, I don't know why. What am I trying to do? Oh, to trade. That's the word I'm looking for. And so I just assumed, like, European weather is some places warmer, some places cooler, which is true. But I don't know how we lucked into this. Like, we're just lucky that the Netherlands weather is definitely more temperate than like where we were in Colorado. Oh my gosh, Sandy says it's supposed to be 102 degrees there on Thursday. Bleh. Oh, go ahead and take those things from me, and then I'll do a little tidying. Thank you. And yeah, just not sure what. So okay, let me get my scholar stuff. So this is scholar, this is scholar. You can tell I didn't tidy up after the last time, right? I put away my horse wet, as they say. Okay, so that goes in, that goes in. Now, why didn't it collect those? Well, it should have. All right, that's a scholar thing, that's a scholar thing, but I don't have room. I've been doing a lot of farming, as you may or may not have guessed. Okay, Nothing for you there. Okay, I better put that on. Let me grab my tailor and yeah. My woodworker stuff. There we go. Gather you. Gather you. Okay. Well, that took care of everything else that was left. So I probably got some wrong stuff in the wrong box there, but I'll sort it out later. And then what are these? Ancient script. I think I'm full on ancient script. I can't trade that away. Unfortunately. Ancient script. Oh, wait. I have 300 spaces available. Well, we can do this 50. And this 50. And this 50. And this 50. Alright, that helps a little bit. What's this? Gundabad Heraldry Recipe Selection Box. That's silly. We're not going to be in Gundabad for a while yet. Aaron Bard asks, 102 is considered a dangerous fever, is it not? 102, oh, let's see, what did it be before? I see you already mentioned it. If that's the internal temperature human body is holding, it's higher than normal. Human bodies are good to a point at thermal regulation. So I remember, like, 102 is kind of like a normal fever, whereas, like, if you were to say, like, so there's that song, Hey 98.6. So 98.6 is supposed to be normal, but not everybody runs at 98.6. But that's like kind of the expected average normal. So if you're running at like 100, 99, 100, that's considered like a low grade fever. If your body's fighting something, 102 seems to be kind of normal, but you got to keep an eye on it because 104 is where it gets very dangerous, and you could like boil your brain and stuff like that. So 102 is okay, but keep an eye on it. 104 is bad. You need to see somebody. It's amazing how just like a couple of degrees can make a huge difference in a human body. It's crazy. Crazy. So let's see. Before it says about our weather that here it's predicted to be in the highs in the mid 20s, that's Celsius, until the weekend when it drops to the low 20s. Yeah, very temperate. Like, in fact, I think today I think we've got like high of 27, which was a bit warm because it's been cooler than that. And then a low of like, it's been like low of like 15 or 16 overnight, which was great because then I could open up all the windows and cool off the house a bit, which is a lovely, lovely thing. So, okay, I think, let me collect my Hobbit gift. What did we get today? We got a universal ingredient pack. Yay, we like those. Okay, so I want to go to the Farmers Faire. So, I'm here in the neighborhood. I've done all the stuff I want to do. Do I want to be on this mount? No, that's fine for now. Where is my campfire? It's set to the hill. Perfect. Okay, we're going to the hill. That's one of the, I sometimes set it to the hill and sometimes I set it to other place when we're out questing. So I wasn't sure if I'd left it set to like the Norcrofts or something rando like that. But yay! Okay, so there is a hunter campsite fire. There's a little trick for some of you to for using for festivals. It's so handy. Oh, speaking of festival, there we go. We'll get Moobot to give us some information. So yes, the Farmers Faire is live. Yay! And Farmers Faire and what used to be the Summer Festival are combined into one. They had a lot of kind of overlapping thematic things. And when they introduced the Midsummer Festival, which takes place out in Minas Tirith, that kind of then was so pressed. It was like midsummer, summer, farmers, it was just like, it was so much in such a short period of time. There was no breaks in between, basically. So they're like, so the next year they were like, let's just squish these two together and see how that goes. And it seemed to go pretty well. So in fact, I think if you are new to Lotro and this is like the first time you see these festivals, you won't even, they're very seamless. They work together very seamlessly, I think. So the first thing you want to do is you want to talk to a hobbit by the name of Campanula Chubb. And she is here at the party tree, and she's also down at Bywater. So you can catch her in either location. She's really fast. Just runs back and forth between the two. You don't even see her go by. She's so fast. So she's on the other side of the party tree from where we are. So we're going to just zip over there. I try not to run through the middle of the fair because other people might be, wandering through, and that's just kind of rude. But we want to go talk to Camp Nula. Oh, I must have already talked to her.
Good day.
Let me see where I'm at. Let's say Festival is here. Bonk, 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 bonk. Well, actually, I don't. Well, whatever. Sure. Don't need that one. Don't need that one. There we go. Oh, oh, whoops! I should have done that yesterday. Oh well. All right. So I picked this up the other day, and I was doing some things, and I thought I finished it, but I didn't. So what we'll do is, I don't know. We'll figure it out. At any rate, so you pick up the daily wrapper from her, and she says, "Hey, go do 10 things." You know, that are festival related. And because they combine the two festivals, there's like 25 things or some ridiculous number of things you can do in this festival. So you've really got a lot of options. The party tree here is a hub. And so there's a lot of stuff you could do here at the party tree. And then so here at the party tree there's a bunch of stuff. And then down at Bywater, there's a whole bunch of stuff. So I think what we'll do is, I think we'll do 2 quests here, finish off our wrapper, and then we'll switch over to, which one was I trying to do it on? We'll switch over to another server. I'm trying to remember. So I'm trying to remember because on Landrival, I was trying to make sure I had all the dances, but I did successfully complete that. But I don't think I had enough to buy the mount on my main there. So we might go back to Landrival, which will be a lot busier than this. So it'll be a really different experience. Anyway, so yeah, we might go over to Landrival so I can get more tokens. We'll take a look at that in a second. So let's do 2 quick, easy things. So Tansy Tyfield here. Let's do Defeat the Heat.
Good day.
Which is the one where you're basically, you have to shoot 5, or not shoot, you have to defeat 5 of these things, and I shoot them because I'm a hunter. Oh yeah, the neighbors are having a barbecue. There's smoke coming up the backyard. It's something. Let's see. Okay, so we're defeating heat. What other easy one do I want to do? You can do your daily under 12 minutes if you plan it right, says Aaron Vard. Yes, that's true. Oh, you know what? Why don't I gather? Let's do this one because we'll go do Foxglove Tunneling because she gives you virtue experience for completing hers as well as Farmers Faire tokens. So that's kind of handy. So I need to go and find all of her missing things. And is she the one missing the wine? Nope, it's the other one. Okay. Is she missing the twine? Nope. All right, I should just pull up her list. She gives me a list. Oh, or did I just complete her list? Hang on. Oh, I just completed hers. No wonder I can't find her stuff, because I just finished. I guess I had picked up a lot of quests and didn't actually finish them off, did I? All right, well, this will be a short sojourn on Treebeard, and then we'll switch to another server.
How do you do?
Yeah, I'm going to switch to, well, I think I'll just switch to one of my other mains on another server, so that's fine. Okay, so I've completed 10 things. Look at that. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're so efficient. I got it done under 12 minutes. And then I'm going to turn in my wrapper. Bazunk. And she's like, yay, good job. Now, before we leave, I want to see, how many tokens do I have? Barter items. Oh, I have a 1900. Okay. I have plenty to get whatever I want to get on this character. Sweet. So, okay, we'll come back to that. So then I think, yeah, we're going to switch over. So I'm going to pick somebody else. So give me a second to think about this. Delirium says, I cannot be fast at the 10 quests. I need to include the 2 races and egg scramble and mushroom hunt for the other deeds. That is fair. Yeah, we'll go do those. We'll make sure we do those. So I think I'll go to Landrival because I started with her. I still need to make sure I get the mounts and stuff on my characters on Laurelin. But I think I probably have enough tokens with them. I'll have to double check though. And who else am I worried about? Not too worried about Crick Hollow. I think I'll go ahead and just do Landrival because I started that chain, so it might be worth it. So, Aaron Bard says, yeah, I hear that, Delirium. I have a quick version and a full version for Festival Quest. I don't have, so I did this really nice guide for the Midsummer Festival, and I don't have exactly that same guide for the Farmers Faire. However, I do have some videos, which I think I asked before to grab the links to earlier. I think he might have that handy. Oh, you couldn't find them? Okay. I think I said a playlist. We put these together last year or the year before. Yeah. Everybody said I had been hoping you had a guide. Now I have to say, Five Road Jedi's guide's really good. Let's see. This one is not showing up. Let me see. Maybe it'll clear out the other connection here in a second. Because I see the connection's not showing. Let me change, though, the server text, because we're going to pop into... Where are we going? We just went to Landrival. Oh, Aaron Bard, I don't have a bullet list. I don't. I did some videos. Oh. Oh, they might be. That means they're a couple years old. Actually, can I borrow you for a moment? Oh, here we go. Wonder if I can get that to close. There we go. Never mind. I figured it out. I'm smart. It was still trying to, excuse me, do the old connection. Okay. So, here we go. We're going to try this again. So, we're on Landrival now, as I just put up on this thing. Right. Some days my brain is not there. I used my brain a bunch this morning. So, you know, you guys get remainder of brain at the moment. So what we're going to do is, she is not a hunter, so she does not know the secret ways. This is Adamantia, though. She just happens to be a minstrel over on this server. So she approaches things with a different way. But yeah. Oh, Egg Arthur, I had Lotro open, and then I was logging out. And while I was waiting for it to finish logging out, I went ahead and said, hey, Lotro, log me in. And so basically I had two instances of Lotro open at the same time. And what you were seeing on Twitch here was showing the previous one, which had gone to a black screen. Yes, Egg Arthur, maybe the server got confused between a connection with a C and a connexion with an X. Okay, so here we are again, the same thing. Oh, thank you before, yay. Yes, Aaron Bard points out that Five Road Jedi is excellent for a full run if you've never run it. And the question is the server title on your screen part of your UI skin or custom? It's a custom, it's a server text that, so it's a text blob that I can move around. For example, when the cat is around, I have that, which says cat cam. And that's another little block of text that I can just move around and edit it however I want. But she's not there at the moment. She's sleeping by the window. She was in the cat cam bucket for, like, she was here for hours and hours today. And, like, about 45 minutes before I started, she jumped down. Because that's how it goes, right? So, all right, cool. So B4 has posted... I did a Farmers Faire introduction video and the Belongings Gone Fishing guide, which is one of the quests that's down by the down at Bywater. So I will try to show you that also, so that way you'll be able to see both of those things. All right, but we're going to do the same thing we did over on the other server, where we wanted to, which is we're going to begin with Camp Nula Chub, and we're going to pick up a sunny fair day from her.
Might I have a word
So
with you?
go out there, participate. There might be a reward. So do 10 Farmers Faire activities, which includes the old summer festival activities that have been wrapped in here. So we're going to do what, who was it? Delirium was talking about, where we'll go ahead and do the 4 things you were mentioning. So if you run back to the other side, kind of over by the hill where the where the hunters, campsite fire is, you've got these 2 horses here, and they will take you to the races. So one of them takes you to a Hobbit race, and one of them takes you to a Dwarven race. Now you want to do the Dwarven race first. And the reason why I say that is because these two horses here, the Dwarven Race, when you get there, there is one horse that will take you to the Hobbit Race. At the Hobbit Race, there's two horses, one that'll take you to the back to the dwarves, or one that brings you here. So going in a circle is the easiest way from my perspective. So I always start with the keg race, which, as you may have guessed, is the dwarves. See, this is where you come in. So this will take you to the Hobbit Race. This will take you out to Thorin's Gate. So you're up in, Erluin. All right, so there's two things I want to do here. I want to hope that they're not in the middle of a race. Let's see. And I'm not hearing any dwarves going, oof, I've had too much to drink, or I'm too tired, or any of that business. So, okay, so cool. The way this works is it's like a 9-minute rotation. So there's, right now we're in the 3 minutes in between the end of the race and where they're preparing for the next one. Then there'll be a 3-minute section where the racers are there and you can pick up the quest. And then there'll be a 3-minute section where they're doing the race. So we've got a few minutes, so you don't have to worry about it when you're here. We're just gonna be a minute or two. The other thing we could do while we're here is we could go ahead and talk to Scully over here, and he has a quest that we can do.
Beard, won't you give me
So,
even a moment?
let's see, Delirium says, I use the race first that starts first. And use the keg race to travel fast to Thorin's Gate. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Anubiseti says, not gonna lie, part of me wishes I could get back into this game. I left it shortly after they brought out the cash shop. So I don't know how far along you were, but you can do quite far in the game without paying any money at all. And all of these festivals are completely open in the free-to-play. So there's no reason why you would have to spend any money in the game. And I don't know, I play some games on my phone, various little computer games and whatnot, and I gotta tell you, there are some places that are like so bad with the monetization, like constant pop-ups. It drives me nuts. So I'm very grateful that Lotro is much more low-key about it. Okay, so anyway, let's pick this up real quick, though. So this guy lost his temper and started throwing things around. He's very silly, because every time a dwarf loses, he throws something. He goes into a blind rage and throws something. So he's asked us to go and collect his things because he's thrown them all over the place. All right, we'll help this guy out. Okay, so now you'll notice our contestants are here. So we're going to go ahead and talk to the race master.
Welcome.
And he says, yes, you should, join into the race. Pick a winner. Who do you think's going to do it? So now you need to actually pick your winner. So I'll go ahead and take Colmar. It looks like I've tried it before, so we'll take that. Now, why does it matter who you pick? Because there are deeds. Under class race epic, the second one, which is race and social, a lucky day at the races is the one I'm currently working on with this character. So it has all 4 of the hobbits listed in the Hobbit race, and it has all 4 of the dwarves listed here for the Dwarf Race. Once you have picked the correct winner of each of these characters at least once, then you finish that quest, which gives you the title Lucky Duck. After that, it opens up 2 other quests, which is much running, much drinking for the dwarves, and much running, much eating for the hobbits, where you need to pick the correct winner, each of them 3 times. So, like here, Otto has to win 3 times that you have chosen him to be the winner. Signar has to win 3 times when you've chosen him to be the winner, and so forth. So it takes a little while to get through these deeds. And unfortunately, it used to be that you could that the deed reset, or this quest reset every hour. They changed it to the rest. Like they've just made it line up with all the other festival stuff, so it doesn't reset until the server reset, which is like at 3 a.m. So you can only do it once a day, which is kind of annoying because it's going to be a lot longer before you get those quests or those deeds done. So Oh well. Now, if you complete both of those deeds, it completes like a wrapper deed that gives you the throw up emote, which I don't feel like I'm missing, so that's okay. All right, so they're off, and this is what they do. Let me take their names off for a minute. They stand here, they take a drink, and then they wander off. But before they go too far, look at this sparkling gem. We're going to pick that up because that belongs to Temper Tantrum guy. All right, so they take a drink, and then they wander off. See, and then sometimes they walk, sometimes they run. Let's see. Looks like Colmar's doing good. I think that's the one I picked. Ooh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yes, that's cruel. Why would they torment folks like that? Makes me really sad. It's like, oh man. It'll take forever. So let's see. Anubis said, he says, I had gone all the way to Riders of Rohan. You had Riders of Rohan pre-ordered, but never actually got a chance to play it. Well, it still exists. We are... Oh, Colmar, do it. So there's this keg here. Wow, that puts some life in my legs. Here I come. And then... Oh, wait. I got to pick up a mug over here. And there's this keg here. Wait, Colmar, come on. Yo, bud. Don't let Otto outrun you. Does cheering for them make any difference? Asked Aaron Bard. Only in me feeling better about myself. Not that I've seen. I don't think it... Oh, no. He's being sluggish. That was a stout drink. Now I am... Oh, for a second I thought Muggy was one of the guys. I will need a breather after that. Okay, good. Yeah, that's cool. Colmar, come on. You can do it. You can do it. Come on, Colmar. Oh my gosh, Otto's right behind him. Woo! That was a close one. We won! Woo woo! Realtive asks, have you made fishy very fishy? No. So normally what happens is you don't win, and so you click on this consolation prize, and that gives you a couple tokens. But we won! So we talked to Arnar here. Yay! And we get 6 tokens. Woo woo, woo woo. So that is some great luck. Plus, that helps with that deed. Ah, that's awesome. Yay. Let's see. Delirium says, well, it was a deed of passion, now it's a deed of patience. As far as I recall, an average of a 3-year project. Oh, I think it would take me more than 3 years. I don't know. My things, spear, shield, mug, everything. Thank you. Now I can get back to my sulking without needing to worry about my missing goods. Yeah, you know, maybe you should go talk to somebody about that temper. Just saying. All right. We're going to run over to the other race, which we will use this horse right here to get to a taste of Hobbiton. And where are we in this? Okay. And the hobbits are running around this, and I don't see any hobbits. So cool. We're in between. Sweet. Good timing on our part. Have I missed anything? Sorry, my shoulder is giving me some trouble, and I've already taken something for it, so it's not going to get any better. So I'm a little distracted. So I apologize. Yeah, B4 points out that cheering for them, as we don't have any evidence that it doesn't help, so there we go. Aaron Bard says, did you say that Riders of Rohan is still available, or is it part of your standard download now? That's a good question. Let's see. B4 says, Riders of Rohan expansion can't be purchased anymore, and the content is freely available. Okay, but anything that was available beforehand that was part of the pre-order or anything like that, so the stuff that the person up above got, Anubis, would not be available. So was Riders of Rohan the one where they did the horse quest? Yeah. Oh. Okay. So, no, it was earlier than that. It was Moria. Maybe? No.
No, we're in Riders of Rohan. Treebeard. Helm's Deep is coming up.
Yeah, but was it Riders of Rohan that had the horse quest?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So yes. Okay. So in Lotro, you can go and pretend to be a chicken, and you can run around Middle Earth as a chicken and do different quests and stuff. And so that's really cool, and anybody can do that. There's a separate side, small version, apparently, like, there's only like 5 things you do in that one, but the series where you are a horse. And that was available only to people who pre-ordered Riders of Rohan. And so if you did that, you have that. You're one of the lucky few. Because if you didn't, then you don't have that, and it's not available. And they keep saying that they're anything that was done as a pre-order and listed as like exclusive to that pre-order, they can't do anymore because of legal things. Hey, we have raiders from Der Anhaltener. All right, well, welcome. So anyway, Anubis said, if you get in, you might find that you have some cool content that very few people have, and
Hello
other people
there.
will be very jealous
Might I
of you.
speak with you a moment?
So there you go. Let's see. Okay, so we're doing the same thing, but with the hobbits. So we have to pick our contestants. So let's go with Bustle with Birdie.
Stay and have some tea.
We'll give that a try. Delirium cheered for one contestant, still lost. See, I didn't cheer for any of them, and I won, so maybe that's the key. Yeah, B4 points out that SSG has indicated that they believe that they're legally barred from making horse session play more widely available, and that makes us all sad. Now, it's one of the things they've done, though, is with things like there were special armor sets that they have released at various things, and so they can't re-release that same armor set, but they've released other armor sets that are very similar. For example, on the Legendary Items reward track that just opened up like a couple of days ago, or last week, I guess. Let's see, 25, 50, let's see, what's the 50? That's a kite. 75? The feisty Wolverine, cute. It's 100? Yeah, there we go. Legendary coffer of the Isengard Dispeller. So the Isengard Dispeller armor was a pre-order available with, I think, Rise of Isengard. And it was only available with that, so you can't get it any other way. But this way, they're offering armor that looks nearly identical. I think it's just a different color. So, yeah. So they're working on trying to, it seems to be a new push that they're doing, is trying to figure out ways to provide to the players things that were available in the past, but you can't get anymore, but provide them to the players in some way that's not, that keeps what they did for the older players still as an exclusive and special, and and keeps that as it was. Doesn't break anything from what they've said there, but allows new players who maybe weren't around then to have access to something, similar enough that it's neat. So I'm glad that they're starting to do that. Pomela says, "Can you imagine being a Rohanian horse? You'd be so well taken care of." Now, this place doesn't have one of those, hey, I threw my stuff quests. There's not a second quest you can do here, but you can follow the hobbits and see how they do. Who did I pick? I picked Birdie. There's Gladdy. She's running off. There's Mudrick. There's Daffodilly. All right, so Birdie's this guy at the very back. Of course you are. Here, let's just walk with him. La-di-da, la-di-da. Take your time, Birdie. Ain't no, it's not like it's a race or anything. Nuva said, he says, the biggest holdup I gotta relearn how to set up my Runekeeper Pink Bunny. He was the most heavily played character, and that's not including other characters. So much relearning. Yeah, and in fact, what I usually tell people is that I think there's been enough changes over the years that you might want to just start a new character just to kind of get used to it and start it from the beginning again, and see the changes that they've made. Like the whole trait system is totally different. Things like that. So like, let me pull up my Gandalf. So here's your trait tree panel. Things are probably in a different place than they were before. The traits that you can assign, they might be slightly different than before. And then now, instead of going through and completing deeds in order to get virtues, it's a whole thing here where you pick which one you want to be earning on, You have this whole list of them, and it gives you points towards that when you earn virtue experience, and you can do that in various ways. And then you pick your 5 favorites, and those are the ones that are active, but everything else has a passive benefit. So, for example, Mercy here that I'm currently earning, if I had it at the top, it would be, I would have Evade rating, Fate, and Vitality. But even though I don't have it assigned as one of my 5, I'm still earning its passive bonus, which is giving me +9 maximum morale. So that's really nice that you still get the passive bonus. Oh, I guess I could run now. From each of those traits that you don't have slotted. So that's a whole different system than it was before. So that's why I was saying, like, you might find it interesting to just pick up a new character and start at the beginning. There's also a new intro that you can do. So hang on, let me pick up my constellation present here real quick. And let me pop back to the party tree. And then we want to go, we actually want to go down the hill. So, oh, you know what? Let's do a quest on our way. Let's do the ice delivery.
Hello there. Might I speak with you
So
a moment?
she wants us to grab some ice from over here and take it down the hill. So we're going to do that. And while we're doing that, we have to avoid the people that have got little flames over their head because they will potentially melt our ice. So we have to be careful. Okay, so here we are in the Shire. And there's Yonder Shire, which is north of the Shire. It's a new place. And then down here, down below the Lone Lands, are Cardalon and Swanfleet. I better look at what I'm doing. And there's a whole new character intro that you can go through down there. Now that you do have to pay to wait. No, I'm not sure. The intro, you might have to have purchased Swanfleet, but there's, okay, so I'm hesitating because there's multiple ways you can get access to this. One of which is, I think if you're a VIP, you get access to it. So I don't know if you're a lifetime subscriber, but if you are, oh my gosh, wouldn't that be neat? Anyway, I think you have access to Swanfleet and Cardalon, the entire place, if you are a VIP or lifetime subscriber. Also, oh yeah, here's a flamey head. So see, I have to wait. He blocked my path, but then he passes and I can keep going. So it's not that big of a deal. It doesn't take that long to wait. There's a new class coming out. No, race. A new race. Well, there's one of each. There's a new race that's due today or tomorrow, like this week, called River Hobbits. And when that comes out, there'll be bundles to get access to that. And part of that bundle, from what I understand, is going to include access to the main quest line that takes you through
Isn't it?
Swanfleet and possibly Cardalon. So anyway, so there's multiple ways you can get access to that different intro. So instead of doing the thing where you go through, actually the intro may have changed since you played anyway. But it used to be, you'd start, well, now we start in Archet. There's a whole thing there. And then eventually they send you back to the Shire if you're a Hobbit. Or they send you to various places. Anyway. Sorry. That shoulder's really bothering me. And anyway, so it might be fun to start a new character. On the other hand, you could always watch a video of somebody starting a new character and kind of be like, oh, okay, now I see how this works, blah, blah, blah. And then jump in on one of your old characters. I don't know. I've tried jumping back in on old characters that I have that have been sitting around for a while. And I've only been playing for 4.5 years. And so every so often I'll go back to a character I haven't played in 3 or 4 years, whatever. And I'm like, meh, maybe I'll just start over. So, yeah. Aaron Bard says, nope, on VIP for Swanfleet you have access to the area, but you have to pay for quests. Okay, but the intro, maybe that is a paid thing then too. Garther says, the first thing I think of when my hair is on fire is don't let that guy with the ice block through. Okay, so Garther says, VIPs don't get Before the Shadow free. Before the Shadow is the name of the expansion that gives you Swampfleet and Cardolan. So let's see. Yeah, VIPs don't get Before the Shadow free, but my understanding is that the River Hobbit purchase will include part of Before the Shadow. That's it. Thank you for wording that. It was in my head. I could not get it out. And Cord streams. Cordovan. What? Am I frozen? My camera's frozen. Is my voice? Oh, let me know if my camera and/or voice are frozen on your screen. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so Cordovan. Camera's not frozen, says Anubis City. So it might be just you. Okay, and Sandy's good. Thank you. Thanks everybody for popping in. Let me know. It's just you, babe. Anyway, so Cordovan is the SSG community manager. So Anubis City, you might not know that. And he streams here on twitch.tv/Lotro stream here on Fridays at noon Eastern U.S. time. Every Friday. He took like some time off, but he's back on that regular schedule again. So he comes on and he'll do like the first 15 minutes or however long of just kind of Lotro news. And then he'll go into showing you some of the gameplay of like the latest expansion. So that could be a place where you could get news. And so that's where we got the news. That's why some of us are talking about this here in the chat. Last Friday on Cord Stream, he said that the River Hobbits and the new premium housing area, which is Lindleby Housing, they were aiming for today, which is Tuesday, which is why I was like, is it here? Is it here? We haven't seen it. So anyway, but they were aiming for today, but it usually, so they have a regular downtime on Wednesdays where they do their server maintenance every Wednesday. So that's normal. And that's usually what, like 9 a.m. Wait, is it 9 a.m. our time? Yeah, I think it's 9 a.m. our time. I'm in Europe. So, oh, it's always server time? Oh, okay, so the downtime, I guess, is at server time? No, that's not right.
They always tell us things on server time.
9 a.m. Eastern. It's 9 or 10 a.m. Eastern time. That's what it is, because it's usually afternoon for us when the server goes down on Wednesdays. That's what it is. So, anyway, the servers are usually down anywhere between like 10 minutes and 4 hours, depending on how big the update they're doing on the server, how much maintenance they're doing on the servers. Usually it's not very long. So I'm expecting that we'll get River Hobbits and the housing tomorrow during normal downtime. So anyway, Friday, Cord had said that the River Hobbits, when they come out, there'll be 3 bundles, like a small, medium, and large. And with that bundle, you'll be able to do the Before the Shadow intro, and I think main quest line, but not the side quests, was what I was kind of getting out of that. But they hadn't actually announced what's in the bundles, so we don't know for sure. Oh, Arabani says no Hobbits today. Is there a tweet or information on the forums or something? I didn't see anything before I came on. But you know what? I just realized I didn't actually check the forums. So I checked the Twitter, and, well, I checked Druid's Fire's Discord because she tends to notice these things. So, okay, so the other thing that was mentioned earlier was doing the mushroom quest and doing the egg quest. So that's what these 2 horses are here. So we're going to take the horse to Sanson's farm, and it's an instant travel. You just click on it and you instant travel. Aaron Bard asked, if you already bought Before the Shadow, what will you get? You'll get River Hobbits, and I don't know what else. I would guess River Hobbits and whatever else is in that bundle. I'm going to guess that since there's a small, medium, and large, that there probably is going to be some cosmetics involved. Wouldn't surprise me if there's a cosmetic pet. Probably a mount. So my guess is if it's going to be like the other packages they've been doing later recently. Oh yeah, Egg Arthur says possibly a character slot. That's probably true too. I forgot about that. Because I noticed, yeah, a lot of times when they bring out a new race, they add a character slot because they assume you're going to need one for the new character you're going to make. So the bundle will probably, every bundle size, my guess, will include the River Hobbits, the Before the Shadow mainline, and a character slot. I'll bet the middle one will include like a cosmetic pet and maybe some cosmetics. The small one might include some cosmetics. And then I'm going to guess the middle one's going to include more of whatever the first one involved. And then I'm going to guess the big one is going to be like if there was one mount, it'll be a second mount. If there were 0 mounts, it'll be one. You know what I mean? It'll be like +1 to whatever was in the middle one. That's going to be my guess. So Aaronbard says, do you need to make a redundant purchase to get the extras? Probably. Given what I've seen before, there usually isn't so much overlap between, what you might be able to get and what you might have already gotten. This is kind of unusual because usually their expansions are of things further out, and so nobody's been there yet, right? Like when they did this current King's Crossing, that's not right. The most recent expansion piece they did with the extra story of the king, post.
Could I take a moment of your time?
Post Gondor stuff. King's Gondor, thank you. Oh, sorry, I just picked up the quest to do the egg scramble. Okay, so I'm gonna run out here. And now I just wait for the game to begin. So we wait. So King's Gondor, obviously that's high level stuff. It's after Mordor and all of those events have happened. And so there wasn't any like content that had already been released that you were then getting additional access to. So Before the Shadow is a little unique in that regard, that they're going to add access to that in these other bundles. Really, the way I'm looking at it is it's like you get River Hobbit and access to Before the Shadow if you didn't have it already. I almost kind of look at it as like they're just adding that in there just in case you don't already have it. But really the bundle is going to be the River Hobbit and the goodies. That's how I'm thinking about it. But again, we don't know what the goodies are yet, so we'll find out. And usually people are like finding spoilers and stuff, but I haven't seen any spoilers about it, so we'll see. I just noticed it says somebody was over there performing a chicken putt. That's awesome. And their kinship name is Terrible Tween. That's cute. Okay, so when this begins, this farmers, the Sanson's egg, what's it called? Egg exterminate? Egg scramble. There's going to be eggs. The chickens are going to run around like crazy and they're going to drop eggs. So they are going to be a number of different types of eggs. There can be a white egg that's fuming. That's a bad egg. It'll make your screen go all funky, unless you've turned off post-processing effects. There's a white egg that's good. That's what you want to collect. So that's what I'm looking for. So we're gonna keep trying to find thing. I'm just hitting select and use over and over again. So, but I'm not finding any eggs. There we go. Okay, so there's a white egg. It looks like a good one. Cool, it was. So here it says I've collected 1 out of 5 eggs. 2, yay. So if you collect all 5, then you completed the quest. Now there's also solid colored other eggs, like a blue egg or an orange egg, and so, which we haven't seen any. There might be striped eggs. Okay, cool. We got 5 white eggs. Yay! Looks like I'm only seeing white eggs at the moment. So we'll keep looking, though. It'd be cool to get something else. Another white egg. Goodness, they're just dropping the white ones. I mean, that's nice, but I would like some different colors. Yeah. Okay, so there's white, and then there's solid, and then there's striped, and then there's spotted. So that's 4 different kinds. There's a green one. So there's a solid green one. And then there's a gold egg. And the gold, oh, there's a red one. I want to go get the red one. The golden egg completes a deed, and you almost never see it. Like I have, back when you could run this once every hour, and so I did, we had a kinmate who got the golden egg. Like that's one of the few times I've ever seen that. So yay, congratulations, you won the egg scramble. Okay, so now I go and talk to Weimark, and I'm like, he's
How do
like,
you
good
do?"
job, you got 5 eggs. Now the cool thing, and then the game's over, I can't pick up any more eggs. The cool thing is these eggs that I got, I can open them up. So the white ones, I open it up, and it gives me a Farmers Faire token. The green one, so there's deeds for these other eggs. So like this solid colored green one, I'm currently working on the solid colored eggs. So if I open up this green one, I don't know if you can see it, but it says, my tooltip there, has egg scramble, collect colored eggs. That's the deed. Acquire and use a green egg. So I'm already in the middle of the deed. I have done all the other colors. So you'll get to see me finish this deed. Ta-da! Now I'm using a plugin called the Deed Tracker, so that's why this popped up. So the summary of it is acquire and use 5 different colored eggs. And the lore of it is Farmer Sanson has opened his yearly egg scramble event. Can you collect all the plain colored eggs? I did. So yay! But now the red one, you'll notice there's nothing underneath there. The nice thing is that they are not bound, so I can trade that to somebody else who might be working on the deed and doesn't have a red egg yet. So that's neat. Okay, so I just did... Crack them, but if I crack it open, then nobody gets it. I could crack it open. It would give me... What would the other one give me? 2 tokens? Yeah. So the colored ones give you 2. The striped ones maybe give you 3. And then the spotted ones might give you 5. It scales up. I just remember that it scales up. I try not to open them if don't need them for the deed, though. I just try to trade them off to other people who need them. Okay, so we're going to take the other horse. Hi there, dear. And, okay, so here's our event organizer, and the event is currently in motion, so we'll just hang out. Oh, okay, so striped one is 10 tokens. Aaron Bard says, I got a striped one that gave me 10 tokens yesterday. Okay, cool. Maybe it goes solid, spotted, striped. Yes. Talking about how the eggs weren't coming right away, and maybe it takes a lot of effort to lay an egg. Before was about to ask what server I'm on. Yes, the big green Landrival server words up at the top. I do try to assist, but that's true. It kind of blends in the back. Oh, interesting. Urbani has seen words from SSG that say, we'll have more information on update 37 release timing later today after we have a meeting on it. Sounds like it might not be here even tomorrow. Yeah. Well, we'll keep an ear out then. Thanks for the update. That's good. Delirium believes that the progression on tokens for the eggs is solid colored is 2 tokens, spotted is 5 tokens, striped is 10, and the golden one is 50. Now, oh yeah, and the golden one is character bound. Delirium points out. Yeah, we're all very desperate to find that golden egg. Yeah, before it says I just need to find it for the deed. I don't actually care about keeping it after that, but you can't even, it's bound to character. Because so it's so cool though, because people will sometimes like link it in the world chat, and that's fun. Yeah, somebody got this small, I love it. He's a small dwarf. All right. All right, so I'm going to go accept this quest. So this one is a mushroom quest. So we are out here going to be collecting mushrooms. So here's the deal. See the field up in the top corner? It's kind of a triangular shape. So the dogs, Farmer Maggot's dogs, are going to be following us around. And they're going to start down here at the bottom somewhere. I forget where exactly. Once I've run this a couple times, then I remember. in the mushroom field, so Aaron Bard asked, what are those small folk? I have seen too. So in the mushroom field, there's going to be different kinds of mushrooms. There's white mushrooms, there's red, there's spotted, there's all sorts of different crazy mushrooms. And the wiki actually has all of these listed, I believe. They have different effects. The white ones don't do anything at all. It's like, you know, the old Jefferson Starship song. The Jefferson Airplane song, sorry. But here's one. This says Mud Wren Mushroom. Let's see what that does. It gave me a movement debuff, so I'm slower now. That's fine. Oh, you gotta make sure you don't leave the field by mistake. So I don't want to click on that horse to the Farmers Faire. Oh, dang it, I am not paying attention. I almost walked right into a dog. There's a Violet Delight Mushroom. Oh, I wish I could get that one. Let me see if I can sneak around the dog to it. So don't get caught by the dogs. That will end your little adventure here very quickly. All right, is he off of it? No. Man, these dogs are just chilling out right here by me. Dudes, I do not wish to be seen by you. All right, let's keep moving, and then hopefully I'll make my way back up to that violet one. So the dogs are little eyeballs on the screen. You may notice, ooh, that person got one that made them big. So yeah, so some of the mushrooms can make you small, some of the mushrooms can make you big. It's so much fun. Let me see if I can sneak in here. Okay, oh, here's one. Oh no, somebody else already got it. Well, I'll get the white one, but I think I might have missed the purple one. Yeah, they're gonna get to it before me. Oh, disappoint. All that time and I didn't get it. Well, we'll get this white one. So, oh, I'm not gonna get the white one. What did I get? I got a regular one. So over the course of this whole thing, you have to get a total of 8 mushrooms. So there I got another one. It was a pink one. It didn't seem to do much. So here's a fun thing. I hope I can find one. So yeah, so there's mushroom. One of the kinds can make you small. One can make you tall. Some don't do anything at all. And some of them make these scarecrows. Let me see if I can see a scarecrow. There's like 3. See, there's a scarecrow right here. So this scarecrow, there's 3 of them in the field. And if you get the right mushroom, it makes them look like, oh, that one didn't do it. That was a violet one. I thought it would do something funky. Let's keep looking. Oh, dang it. Don't be seen by the dogs. Yikes. Gotta be paying better attention. Man, these dogs are on my tail. Let me run between them. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's a white one. Now, once you find 8 mushrooms, you have finished the quest, but you can actually keep going. So that's not a problem. So see how now they turn to rings? It's because I finished it. But I can keep trying to get more mushrooms, although these people keep beating me to it. Well, I'll go ahead and just tell you, the scarecrows, they look like Mordrith and like they turn into bad guys, and it's kind of cool. Okay, can't get that mushroom right now. Too many dogs. Oh, okay, it's over. Aw, too bad. All right, well, maybe next week. So after it's over, you come out and you talk to this guy. He'll put a ring over his head, and you get your points. See, that one got a small one. Yay, she turned small. It only lasts for a little bit while. Oh, there we go. That was one of the effects. It knocks me down. It only lasts for a little bit, and then they'll go poof, and they'll go back to normal. So that's what the small folks thing is. In fact, I think that might be the dwarf. Yeah, that's the dwarf that was so small. And notice he's back to normal size. So, yeah. It's so fun. I wish I'd gotten somewhere to show you. Yes. Delirium is pointing out that, yes, collecting a golden egg with your alt will not help your main. Yes, that's so true, sadly. Yeah. And Egg Arthur says, yes, the mushrooms mother gives you don't do anything at all. Although they help, make you less hungry, I suppose. So that's not nothing. Sloggers asks, is update 37 out now? It is not. We are all in anticipation of it, and unfortunately, it is not out yet. So, and we haven't heard anything, but I think somebody found something on the forums, or was it a tweet or something, that they're going to get, that SSG is going to be doing an update on when update 37 comes out. So, Aaron Bart asks, do any of the mushrooms make other folk go partially invisible? Oh, I don't think so. I don't think I've seen that. Now, it makes you, there's big, small, slows you down, gives you a little poison thing, makes your screen go all funky, and the scarecrows look like bad guys. I don't think there's one that makes you go faster. Yeah. Let's see. Delirium says, eating a mushroom might make you small, tiny, large, or gigantic. Yeah, Slogster says, I'm waiting to see about the river hobbits. Yeah, me too. And actually about the housing. I'm quite excited about the housing. So, well, and I want to see what the bundles are. Now, the Lotro store was down. There was something about that, and it might still be down, because I tried to take a look at it earlier, and it was like, So, oh, it looks like it's up now. Okay. So I was wondering if there's anything in here about, you know, river. Okay, no river hobbits listed in the store yet. Nope, nothing yet. Okay. Well, I thought I'd try, you know. Oh, Delirium says some of the mushrooms have effect on fading out. Okay. All right. Yes, Dragon Rider says I fainted the other day after the event ended. Yeah, I got that one this time. I wasn't paying attention to my effects in my effect bar, but yeah. Oh yeah, Slogsters, that's the new Lotro store. It's all blue. I'm using a UI skin, so it changes the colors on things usually, but it's not changing, it's not affecting this is what the store looks like for everybody. So it's definitely big on the silver and blue look. And the searching is a lot easier. And like if you're looking for stuff, so collections, so like you hit collections, and then underneath it's got the different categories, so like emotes, kites, mounts, pets, writing traits, and bundles. The only thing is, like, if I scroll it wide, well, it seems to kind of crash it, first of all. Or not crash it, but it doesn't like it that well. But I wish that I could, like, make these icons a little smaller so I could see it all at once rather than having to scroll so much. I wish I had the option to, like, enlarge or, you know, embiggen and smallen, that sort of thing. That would be nice. I would like that. But I do think this is a great start, and I'm really happy about, like, the things that they've done with this. I think it's cool. And then they've got the specials, and they've got the sales still over on the side. And then if you, like, star something, then it still has a thing where you click the star and it'll bring up everything that you favorited. Like, I favorited the mithril coins just to play around with it. Plus, I like mithril coins. So if you're like, hey, is the stuff I really want on sale? Like, you could just go to that. So that's neat. Yeah, like, they've done some nice stuff. Oh, the account. Supposedly it's a lot easier to see what you do or don't have. Slots and storage. Oh, yeah, carry-alls. And I probably have a bunch of character slots. Oh yeah, carry-alls are there, and then character slots are there. So I could buy 38 character slots. That's funny. Interesting, I can't scroll. Oh, there we go. There's the scroll bar. Oh, okay, interesting. It keeps putting the sale down here of the black steel keys. All right, anyway, so yeah, so that's what the new store looks like, so that's cool. Bill Slowski asks, do we know how much the bundles will cost? I don't know. So before I started streaming, I did check the Twitter, you know, and that kind of thing, but I didn't see anything at the time. And usually Cordovan's pretty good about putting stuff on Twitter if there is anything. Now, I just was saying, though, I forgot to check the forums, actually. I don't know how I missed that. So I don't see anything just on the main headlines. Under announcements. What about, let me, if I do a search. Update 37. Search, oh, because if you just put U37, it's too short, which is really funny. So I just have to hope that they actually say update 37. Oh, 15 minutes ago. Okay. Cordovan says somebody was quoting him saying that about it coming out today and stuff, and he says in regards to the quote of that he says in reply to someone quoting him from before that this is a case of things being accurate at the time they were stated and posted, but sometimes things change. We'll have more information on Update 37's release timing later today after we have a meeting on it. So that's just what the person above had posted. So here's the link to that post if you wanted to follow along and see if there's anything that comes up. So that way you have access to the information that I currently have. Dane 001, hello. Hello to you as well. Okay, so let's see. We've done, what have we done? We've done a handful of things. We have participated in 7 out of the 10 Farmers Faire activities to do today. If we want to do our wrapper. So, so there's kind of 3 kind of areas that this festival is taking place. So one of them is here where we are. So we're here at Bywater. So you can see like a lot of chaos is happening down here, right? There's stuff all over the place. So we've got the mayor who wants to get fed. We've got like some drunk stuff going on. We've got party goers that we need to scold for drinking too much and saying silly things. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. Okay. And Campanula Chubb, our quest giver, is right here. So you can always pick up the quest from her at this location. And the person that you get the rewards from, that you're going to be turning in your tokens to, also is here and at the other location. So I want to pick up this Steed of the Blazing Firmament. So I'm going to go ahead and barter for that. So let's give that a try. Let's see what that looks like, huh? So I'm going to go to my collections, which is Shift C. You can also get to it from on the wheel on your the words just stopped. On your radar wheel there. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so I'm going to my mounts, and this was Firmament. All right, let's take a look. How does that look? All right, let me get rid of my UI stuff. All right, let me go up on the hill. What do we think? Yeah, I like the flowers on the tail. It's definitely gone for the kind of the more muted colors, hasn't it? Like the last festival, was it Midsummer? That we got the pony, well, pony because I'm a Hobbit, that had like all the fireworks, and it was like these kind of bright pastels all together. Oh, Sandy's got to run. Oh, yeah, I'll show you the shirt later, Sandy. I've been knitting. I've made it further on my knitting. So the shirt now has a whole band of seed stitch around in a circle. It was nerve-wracking, but I got it done. I like the look of it, but man, I'm terrible. Like if I make a mistake, it's all over. It's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, so they've gone with some kind of browns with some oranges, some reds. I do like the flowers on the tail, though. That's cute. That's cute. Okay, all right. So, but with this outfit, I mean, I was riding on the Autumn Sage, but that's not the right one for this outfit. Really what I need is, where is it? Where is it? There's one, oh, I wonder if I don't have it on this character. Now, the Elk of Flowing Silver is lovely. The Elk of the Spring Wood wouldn't be bad with this character. You know what? Let me change some stuff here. Okay, so the Autumn Sage, the Steed of the Autumn Sage is always great in the wintertime. Steed of the White City, I don't think I'm going to ride right now. So let's take that off. So the Spring Wood would go well with my outfit. Azure note, Homestead. Oh my gosh, have you seen this Homestead Steed? This thing is insane. Let me pull that and I'll get on that one in a second. Honey Goat's always good, but oh, I love the Ice Flower Steed. That one's from the Yule Festival. So pretty. Steed of Rivendell, I love. I went ahead and bought that a while back, and it was account wide, so that's really lovely. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? Oh, Aaron Bard weeps again with regret that I didn't get the coffers. Well, Aaron Bard, Cord has said that he really wants to make sure things are available, you know, in multiple ways. So my guess, this is what I want, is that he's gonna, well, not he, but is that they are going to make some of that available again in some way. But here, let's show you off this horse that we're talking about here. Look at that thing. I'm like this teeny little hobbit on this giant horse. I mean, of course it is. It's a Clydesdale style, right? So I've seen Clydesdales in real life. Like when I was a kid, the Clydesdales that pulled the Budweiser thing, I was like totally obsessed with them for a little while. And they like went on a tour or something. Anyway, I got to see them in person, like, you know, pulling Budweiser stuff. They're gorgeous and they're huge. Like their feet are just insane. Like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. But anyway, so that's the Clydesdale. That one is the Homestead Steed. So that one's crazy. But I think with this outfit, the Steed of the Forest Spring is the best one. See, it just looks good. Like it's got the green with the green, and we got kind of like swirly stuff going on. We got swirly stuff going on. We got pointy stuff. We got pointy stuff. Like it's the right move. Okay, so let's. Oh, I was gonna show you. So okay, so that's area number 1, right? Is Bywater over here. So let's hop over. Not literally hop. We're gonna ride over to the. A little rubber banding there for a second. So now we're over here at the fishing area. So if you ever are like learning fishing in the Shire and you come over here and you talk to one of the folks in there, that's the area that we're at here. So we're at the fishing hole behind Hobbiton-Bywater. So you can see there's a bunch of stuff going on here too. We've got, they've got, oh, I'm supposed to talk to somebody. Here, hang on, let me talk to Millie of Hot. She's like, hey, oh, I can go ahead and just start this one. I've been sent to talk to her, and I've already kind of started the quest chain of the Great Matham Fishing Swap. So I go ahead and start that, and now I have like a timer of 10 minutes to fish as many Mathams out of the water as I want. So you'll notice that most of these other people don't have rings for me right now, and the reason is you can only have, there's like a series of fishing quests here, and you can only have one of them active at a time. Now there's a couple of outliers. I think Nettie Chubb here just wants me to, yeah, I was sent to the fishing hole.
A lovely day, isn't it?
And so we finished that. Okay, that was like a vector quest, like, hey, go to the fishing hole. There's stuff happening. So, okay, we've accomplished that. He has Stocking the Pond, which is, they send you all over, well, they send you to 4 places around Middle Earth to stock the pond. So you have to go up to Thorin's and fish there. You've got to go down to Celondim and fish there. And then there's a place south of Bree, and you fish there. And then I think you've already fished here. So then once you've done all of that, it opens up some other quests that you can do. Aaron Bart also got to meet the Clydesdales on tour. That's awesome. You know, I'm going to go ahead and take this quest. Maybe we'll go do some fishing. Strange water effect. Kind of, I think it's almost looks like it's reflecting the clouds, but it's not. You know, I may have turned down my effects. I did turn off post-processing yesterday because I did the in-league initiation because I wanted in-league reputation because I wanted to get the jig because I didn't have the jig with this character, and like, how sad is that not to have the jig when you're on a character that is mainly intended to go to the events, the dances and stuff, the concerts. There we go. How about that? That probably looks better. Egg Arthur says, actually stocking the pond has you fish in 3 places other than Bywater. Thank you. You're collecting fish to stock the pond here in Bywater. But I thought you had to do the one here, and that opened up the one where he's like, go to these other 3 places. Or maybe not. Anyway, because there are... Then it opens up a series of deeds where you have to catch fish, like so many fish at each of those 4 locations of that name. Like, for example, okay, so the quest I just got from him, Stocking the Pond, is find the best place to catch amberjacks, and those are at Thorin's Hall. So I have to go and catch like 3 amberjacks at Thorin's Hall. But then that after I've done all of that, that opens up the quest to the dailies, thank you, Egarther, where you get like 20 minutes to fish there, and I'm trying to collect amberjacks at that location, which you might get other things. And after you've collected so many of them, that completes that portion of the deed. It's been a little while since I've done those. The other thing that's here that is worth pointing out is Moscow Smallborough, and he has a similar quest to the dwarf who threw all of his things, but he's got a fish tail, where basically he had a fish on the line and dragged him all over the place, and he lost a whole bunch of his stuff, and would you please go find it for him? So let's just run this real quick. And I have a video on this, so let me accept that. And I think, let me grab it again. Because before I went ahead and posted it in the chat here for me earlier. Okay, so this one's called Belongings Gone Fishing. Copy and paste. So that's my YouTube video, which covers this quest that we're going to do, because people have a hard time finding his stuff, and so I'll just show you where I know how to find it. So I tend to do a clockwise rotation here. So I'm here, his stuff is in this circle, and we're just going to go around the clockwise around the circle. Okay, well, though, because I'm on stream, it would look like that. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is watch that poor person and their worms. So his first thing is located here, just off the side of the bridge. That's his hoe. So we're going to grab that one. And then I'm going to mount back up because it's a little faster. We want to go basically straight north. There's some farmland up here. We want to aim towards the farmland because this is where we'll find his lucky bait. Ehrenbard says, I go counterclockwise and catch the worm quest at the same time. I don't do the worm. I don't like the worm quest. Okay, sorry. So I picked that up. Now I'm going to come back over here. There's a little set of villages, little houses, which if you were to come across the bridge, the little path, if you followed the little dirt path, it would take you in this direction. And here you'll find his lunch, or sorry, his levensies that he sat down. Let's see. Ehrenbard says, Amberjack at Thorin's, 3 Lilium at Celondim, 3 Drum in Bree. Egarther says the rare ones are the golden redfish at Bree, starry flounder at Bywater, kelb hall at Celondim, and the silver haddock at Thorin's. Okay, so I've come over here to where there's these rocks kind of separating that part of the water from the pond over here. So I'm going to kind of hop the rocks a little bit, and then I find myself at the cloak. So I want to pick up that cloak. He lost his cloak. And then I'm going to get back on my steed. The last thing we need to find is the fishing pole. And this is what usually catches people out, because it's over here in these tall reeds, and you keep coming back around, and you think you may have gone too far because you start to see like the big rock, and you're starting to see everybody. I go ahead and use select, and that helps me to find it, because it is here in and amongst all these tall reeds, but that is it laying right there on the ground. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. So that's all the items that need to go back to Moscow Smallborough. So let me go give him his stuff.
Good day.
And there we are. Dun, dun, dun. So I think I'm going to go use somebody's trick from earlier. Maybe it was Delirium. And get myself up to Thorin's by using the mount, by using the horse over at the at the party tree. Yeah, Tahani says, I must have run past that pole about 10 times yesterday. You would not be the first person to experience that. That pole is extremely elusive for many, many people. So that's the reason why I do try to point it out, and why I went ahead and did a little video on it there to help people find it, because it's just, yeah, it's definitely one that catches people out a lot. So now I've actually done 10 festival quests here. So I'm going to go ahead and talk to Campanula and turn that in so I don't forget.
Good day.
All right. Are you having fun? Yeah, that was fun. Okay. And actually, while I'm right here, let's go ahead and take a look at the outfit, because I did want to see the outfit. So this is the new cloak, boots, mask, robe. Okay, so this is the new outfit. Somebody just hit me with an effect. So you can see how it kind of matches the browns and reds of the new mount that we just got. So cute. People were talking about how it's kind of like it widens out at the bottom, and they weren't sure about that, but as the longer they wore it, the more they liked it. I do like the little tree in the middle. That's really cute. And the little grasses, and looks like a moon maybe in the center. So that's really cute. The new thing too is this mask. Here, let me reset and I'll show you each thing separately. So this is a Firefox mask that is now a part of it, which is cute. Why is it showing my shield? Dude, I said no shields. No capes. All right, we're just gonna take that off. I'm not out questing in the world anyway, so it's fine. There, we'll reset. Drop the shield, man. So un-Hobbit-like. Oh, sorry. Okay, so the mask. So that is very cute. I'm gonna have to get one of those because that is pretty adorable, actually. Okay, so there's that, and then the robe looks like that. I haven't tried to dye it. Has anybody else tried it? Let's see if we can dye it. Let's try something different. Orange. Okay, so it's not yellow. Whoa. Okay, so it's the trim on top and the trim below, like, that comes out. Okay, so the edge looks like we've got a piece along the hips and the back, piece on there, and the shoulders, and then it looks like a little piece around the wrists. Let's take a look at what does red look like. Yeah. Okay, all right. So you've got a little bit, but really brown's going to be your predominant color. So as long as you don't mind brown, this kind of gold brown, then you're good to go. Sea blue is kind of a nice contrast, isn't it? Because you've got that muted gold brown with that really bright blue. That's kind of cute. You could go double dark or light contrast. That's nice. Yeah, okay. All right. So there's some options here. There's some options. Oh, Dragon Rider says it used to be in the water at the same spot. Yeah. Arbini says the pig mask is still the best. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the masks. It's not really my jam, the masks, but it makes me happy that people enjoy them. Especially more than I do, because it's not really something I get into. So, but I'm glad to see other people having a good time with it. Let's see. Let's do the yellow. Oh, that is something in it. Okay, so let's see what else is new. I'm going to click on new cosmetics just to make sure I'm only seeing the new stuff. Okay, so the Blazing Firmament. We've got the cloak, the boots, mask, robe. We've got a centerpiece, which I haven't gone out to look at. Somebody was commenting the other day about, wouldn't it be neat if there was a way to, like, show you housing items in the game, like you can see cosmetic items in the game, which unfortunately there isn't, right? Like, you just kind of hover over it and, you know, do your best. And they were saying it would be nice if you didn't have to go to an external site, and that's true. But thankfully there is an external site you can go to, which is Deco de Miu. So they, it says Lotro and Housing. And so it is a website where they just do housing stuff. It's like it's all housing. So you can see what things look like. They go and they put them into like a Belfalas house and take a bunch of pictures. So you can see what something looks like like in situ before you buy it if you want. So I will be heading over to Deco in a bit and seeing what that centerpiece looks like. Let's see, we got the steed. We went ahead and took care of that. And then you've got the war steed cosmetics if you want to dress your horse up more horse-like we just got. Oh yeah, and then there's a new cosmetic pet, the Fire Fox Bandit. Yeah, let's get one of those. All right, so did it end up here? Yeah, there we go. See, there we go. There's my little Fire Fox Bandit. That's cute. Oops, let me get rid of this. What do you think? He's a cutie, huh? I like foxes because they're like a dog that's a cat. I like cats. So there we go. All right, so let's go and take a look. Oops, I just ran through somebody. Let's get ourselves over to Thorin's because we're gonna go catch some amberjacks. So, okay, Grace. And Urbane says pigs are better. Dog. Yes, Aaron Bard, it's a dog hardware running on a cat operating system. Exactly. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we're going fishing. See you, Bandit. Okay, so I'm gonna run over here. And so we're going into Thorin's. This is where we're trying to go. Bill Slosky, what did the fox say? Dun, 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 dun. You know, it's funny. There was a Eurovision entry a couple years ago of "Give That Wolf a Banana." Then they were dressed up like, you know, big bad wolf kind of guys, and the whole chorus was like, "For that wolf eats my grandma, give that wolf a banana to like get rid of its hunger." Is the idea. And anyway, so in Thorin's Hall, I'm going to the far back here, and hey, there's a quartermaster. I wonder if this is where we're trying to go. The answer is yes. This looks like an excellent fishing spot. I just gotta find my fishing pole. Anyway, they wore masks the whole time. They always wore these masks, and so you never knew who the singers were underneath. They didn't reveal until after the competition was over, and so there was like speculation that it was the guys who did that. You know, what does the fox say? But it wasn't them. It was somebody else. All right, I'm gonna scoot up a little bit and. Let me switch to my other bar where I have fishing, and I put my fishing pole on. Oh, did I not have it back? Well, yes. I mean, I need a fishing pole, so there we are. All right, here we go. Good luck to us. Everybody says I do really like pigs and bears. I like living with cats. I like looking at foxes because I think they're adorable. I don't know what other animals I would want to live with. Before would like a snake. I don't think I've ever lived with a snake, but I've known people with snakes. And I mean, they seem fine, but I don't think I want to be like responsible for the life of a snake. Because I think if you're going to take on ownership of an animal, like you need to be willing to like pick it up and do what you need to do with it and stuff like that. So, yeah, okay, so B4 says, I want easy access to a snake that someone else is responsible for caring for. Yeah, but like, Pomela says they're almost zero maintenance. I mean, sure, fair, but there's the non-zero part that somebody in this house would have to do. And I'm just not prepared to pick up a snake and like clean out its cage space, you know, habitat. Just not, yeah. B4 might be into it. There we go. We've caught one amberjack. We are in the right place. I appreciate how our dwarf friend over here is playing music. I do have music turned off, player music turned off during my streams, because I don't want to get caught by a, copyright issue. So sad. So yes, the only music you will hear on my stream is music coming out of the game because we have, we're allowed to do that. But not people playing music that belong to other people. That's being played in the game. Before says he got a Caring for Snakes for Dummies book and got the feeling that keeping their cages clean on a regular basis, plus all the other bits and pieces, wasn't a good match for you at the moment. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I remember, one of my friends who had a snake, so every so often I'd be over there and it was like, oh, we got to go get some food. So we would go to like the local reptile supply store and buy frozen mice or frozen rats. And yeah, that was for the snake to, like little snake ratsicle, I guess, to eat. So yeah, it was something I was like, well, okay, I get it. That's a nice way to make that happen. But I think that's beyond what I'm interested in doing. Aaron Barr says, yes, they can be tricky to keep hydrated and fed correctly, depending on the snake. Had a vet friend who complained about owners who do not do their research. I think that's what it is. Well, hello, this is my snake. Oh, baby. Hi, sweetie. How are you? What were you doing? Were you wandering around? Hi. Would you like to get down? Whoops. Do you know, I have a bed for you right over here, Kato. Right over here. Yeah, speaking of copyright issues with music in the game, or catching a video of people playing music in the game, we did an anniversary party over on Treebeard, because Treebeard was 2 years, had been around for 2 years earlier this summer. And so we had a party and we went ahead and videotaped it so people could watch it and put that up on YouTube. And B4 said he was impressed by how many of the songs that were played at the Treebeard anniversary got auto-detected by YouTube's content detection algorithm. Because because the video is not monetized though, it didn't make us take it down. It was just like, hey, you've got somebody else's music here, and you don't get to make money off it. We're like, okay. She is not interested in hanging out with me. She keeps jumping down and going back over to V4's desk and jumping on his desk and walking across the keyboard. I need a cat cam on his desk so you all can see her. Yay! There's 3 amberjacks. Hooray! Okay, so that you probably didn't notice, but that changed the quest. And now Stalking the Pond says find the best place in Celondim to catch Delirium. Let's see. Do I have? I don't have that, but I do have. Here, we'll just return to Mickledelving here, because there's fast travel from Mickledelving to Celondim. She keeps getting hugs because she's on his desk.
She likes hugs. She wants to feel nice.
Oh, and just pointing out that the 2 horses that get you free travel to the Farmers Faire and to the Party Tree are right here, which is really handy. They're also in Bree, possibly in Celondim. Usually they have them in the 4 starter spots. So Celondim, Thorin's, Mickledelving, Bree. Come here. Come on. Yeah, you could go over here. I'll give you love and affection. Apparently my trash can is more interesting. But eventually she'll come up. Yes, she will. Interesting. I don't see the horses here. Maybe they're just at Mickledelving and Bree. All right, we gotta go catch some fish. Where was it? Oh, I know where it is. It's over on the end of the pier, isn't it? That's right. This looks like an excellent fishing spot. Probably not right here where that came up. That's kind of funny. But yes, I think we want to fish here. Okay. One time I was fishing and I thought it was really funny. to have my cat. I had a cat out, and it would go meow every so often because I thought it'd be really funny that I was fishing and then my cat would be right there wanting fish that I was catching. And then another time I was fishing and I had a peacock, and it was positioned like right behind me, and so every so often it would do that thing where it flutters out and all the feathers would come out, and so it looked like I had turned into a peacock. It was really cool. I don't think I have any peacocks on this character. I have been a bit slow on filling in all of her pets and everything, because at these different festivals, you saw how this year they added this firefox. Past years, there are also other, cosmetic pets that they added at various times. Excuse me. So I could go, and if I had enough tokens, I could go and be buying those up. But this wasn't my main character on this server. And then I was actually attending events with different characters. And then I've been playing Adamantia so much over on Laurelin that it really made sense to, when I would go to events here on Landrival, to make sure I have the same named character. And so I actually went and double checked the outfit that I have on her over on Laurelin and fixed it, because I had her wearing a completely different outfit here. Because I just want that continuity, That's kind of funny. So I'm sure that not everybody does that, but I've fallen into that. But anyway, so with her, I haven't done all of the festivals, like hardcore. Yeah, not yet. Now, funny thing is, I keep getting sucked into a new server on a semi-regular basis. It seems to be a trend with me. So for example, when I first started playing, we were playing on the Brandywine server. And then I started playing on Anor, because a friend of mine, because we were here in Europe, and a friend of mine in Colorado was playing on Anor. I was like, cool, I'll play on Anor with her, at the same time. Well, unfortunately, our time zones just never matched up, and she's got kids and was very busy with the kids at the time. It's like our time zones just were not matching up well. So I ended up playing on Anor a lot, just kind of running around by myself. And Anor was a legendary server, and so there was a lot of it's a much more chill kind of place, and there aren't as many active large active kins on a legendary server. For one, because it's just kind of brand new when you're getting started. So the whole place in total kind of becomes like one giant kin. So you just kind of if you need something, you just post in World Chat or LFF or whatever. Hey, can anybody make me some jewelry or whatever? So I got used to that experience. That was really nice. And then I started, let's see, where was my next one? Well, then we did the Bombadil server. So there was a short-term 1-month event that happened where it was PvP, but the way you got points to be on the leaderboard was from doing deeds. And Before and I are all over that business, because we love to do deeds and completionists and stuff. And the server, everything was contained within the initial server, the initial, what do you call it? Shadows of Angmar. So that took you up through all the stuff that was level 50. So it was all of Eriador. So all of this area. But it didn't take you out beyond that. So it was just this area up here. So you didn't have Ravanian or Rohan or any of that place. So when you were looking for people or looking for things to do or whatever, everything was happening in Eriador. So that was kind of fun. I kind of enjoyed that experience. So then when that was over, we got free transfer to move our characters off of that. So the neighbors are back. So right? So I put one of the characters over on Evernight, because at that point, oh good, I'm catching some of these Lulu. So there's servers that kind of are more predominantly European based or have a lot of European folks on them, and then there's other servers that are kind of more American based and have more Americans on them. So Landrival is actually a US based server, and a lot of events happen late at night for me. Like it's middle of the night for me, but it's like 8 o'clock at night for the US. And Brandywine is also in a US server. So I actually moved my characters off of Brandywine onto Landrival, from Brandy to Landy. But then off of Bombadil, I moved. Yeah, one of my characters I transferred over to Eurovision, to Evernight, because Evernight is an EU server, and so there were a lot more people there from Europe or on during European times, and so that was really nice. But it is a really big server, and there's a lot going on there. Oh, good, I've kind of finished that one. And then I put the other one over on Laurelin because I wanted to start getting involved with the role-playing there. So that's worked out really well. Okay, now I gotta find the best place to catch drum, and that is in Bree. Do I have travel to Bree? I do. Awesome. So we'll do that. So yeah, so then I was playing on Evernight a lot, and my main character there got all the stuff, because those were our completionist characters. And then my main character, though, on Laurelin,
How can I
I
be
wanted
of
her to
service?
have all the stuff because it's really great for role-playing. So I've been kind of that's been a slow thing, but we're getting there. So when I have sorry, I have cat hair on my stuff. I know, shocking. Sorry, I just took a horse to South Bree, just in case you're curious what I'm doing here, because the place I need to go is south of South Bree. So we're gonna go out the south gate and head south. Just been slowly gathering stuff. So when I have time that I want to do festival stuff, I usually do it on whichever server is my main server, which right now is Treebeard, until I have all the things I want, and then the following years I kind of do it a little bit less. And that's kind of where I'm at, because I've done pretty much everything I want to do on Treebeard, except for whatever the new stuff is, right? I always want to get the new stuff. But after that, I'm pretty well clear. So I haven't been hardcore on festival this year. Really on many of them, I don't think, actually. Just making sure I get my tokens, buy all the stuff, and then I kind of drift away. Ooh, I got a drum first go. That's awesome. Now the other thing though is that let's go there. Oh, okay. The other thing is that we have been in the Netherlands now for 5 years, so that's exciting, and that's one of the prerequisites. Well, we're almost to the prerequisite. We've been in the Netherlands for 5 years, but we haven't been resident in the Netherlands for 5 years. That'll come in December. So that's one of the prerequisites for applying for, say, a long stay visa, or if we wanted to apply for citizenship. So there's also some tests that we have to take as part of that process. And so we are moving forward with that process. And we have them all scheduled. They're on the calendar. So over the next month and a half, 2 months, somewhere in that range, we'll have taken all of the tests. So my mind's a little bit on that and less on festivaling. That's not to say I'm super studying, but my brain's on it. Whether I'm actually doing it or not. I'm thinking hard about it, in my mind's eye or whatever. All right, so we've caught 2 of the 3 drum that we need here. So you can see why stocking the pond is this quest, right? Because we picked up this quest, I don't know, not an hour ago, but a little while ago. So you can see how it kind of takes a little bit of time. So you got to go from one place to the next place to the next place. So this is why I'm well, we'll go ahead and get this out of the way now. Well, Still not. But my fishing proficiency keeps going up, so that's nice. I'm up to level 33 in my fishing proficiency out of 200. So, yeah, Aaron Bard says I also keep certain similar outfits across alt servers. Yeah, that makes sense. I think I'm going to have to start getting better about that. So far, though, generally I'm either on, for role-playing purposes especially, on Landrival or Laurelin. Well, before it says or Crick Hollow, but I'm not really role-playing on Crick Hollow. I mean, I when I'm on as a character, I tend to do things in character, you know, like I cheer or whatever. But I don't necessarily... Oh, nice. I call it roleplay light in those regards. Okay, so I just caught a fish, a rare fish we were talking about earlier. And that is a golden redfish. And the golden redfish, I believe you can only catch here at Bree. The Caleb you can only catch in Celondim, as, what was it? Egg Arthur was probably saying earlier, I think. Yeah. So I've got 10 of each of those fancy fishes that I got to catch at some point. So after I complete stocking the pond here, which I'm one fish away from, and then I go turn it in, of course. But at that point, then I open up the dailies, as we have, where I can go to each of these fishing places, and the fishing is open to me for 20 minutes to catch those fish. I mean, you can stand there and fish anytime you want, but you won't catch those specific fish. And then some of these fish you can actually turn in to the festival barterers to get festival tokens. Okay, so Aaron Bard asks, what does fishing proficiency affect? The answer is nothing. Well, that's not entirely true. That was a little glib. Before it says fishing proficiency affects how likely you are to get a fish versus weeds or other junk based on the difficulty of the region. So, for example, you know, this area that I'm in Bree is a pretty low level area, like level, 15 to 20 or whatever. So if I'm trying to catch fish and I'm of that level or higher proficiency, I should be able to catch the special fish that you might find there.
How can I be of service?
Whereas, like, if I'm level 20 and I'm fishing, like, I don't know, in Mordor or something, if there's any fishing places in Mordor, if there are particular kinds of fishes that are only found there, Yeah, you tend to get weeds and stuff. But I was just thinking, what made me stop and pause for a minute is there are fishes that you can only get in, I think it's Erebor, right? So if you go to Erebor housing, you can get some of those fishes. Oh yeah, you can't get all of them because some of them you need to fish near Dale. And if you don't have access to Dale, you can't go and fish and catch the rest of them. But I managed to get a bunch of them on Treebeard in Erebor. Yeah. Egg Arthur mentions about the daily quest. When the daily quest is active, so when you have it and you're doing it and it's active, you'll only get rare festival fish, the common festival fish, goldfish, and weeds. You don't get stuck with other stuff. So Weirless says, I took the opportunity when Ithil and then Anor closed to put lots of my favorite basic outfit pieces in the wardrobe and then copy them to every other server. So now I'll never be caught without something to wear. Which, yes, I did the same thing. The only problem is I have then since joined two more servers. Because I'm crazy. Because I don't think I was on Crick Hollow at that point. So, yeah. So I should double check, though. And I started on Gladden recently. And I definitely wasn't on Gladden when Anor closed. So I did not transfer over the wardrobe from Anor. But I will definitely be doing that with Treebeard, doing the copy of my wardrobe from Treebeard to every other server. And because I have so many characters on Treebeard, I plan to send characters to every server. So I will have the wardrobe as it stands at the end of Treebeard on every server that exists in Lotro. So that'll be cool. Donnie says, I honestly never used to bother with cosmetics until I started Lotro. Now I'm running around dressed like a peacock. Yep, exactly. Oh, Weird Willow says, keyword every other server. Oh, you're so smart. I didn't transfer characters. I didn't have any on every server, so I will at the end of Treebeard. I'll be well, but if you send, okay, wait, hang on a second. If you send your wardrobe to a server where you don't have any characters, is the wardrobe there? Hey, Arthur says, actually, that plan won't work. They're going to open a new legendary server, and legendary to legendary isn't usually allowed. Well, true. Okay, yes. I mean, legendary servers are the exception. I'm just saying that, like, when Treebeard is over, I'll be sending my characters out to all the servers, except the legendary servers. I will, okay, asterisk. But I don't have any characters currently on, like, Cyranon, the French server, or on Belaguer, or what's the other? There's 2 German servers, and I don't have any characters on either of those right now. So I plan to send characters to those. I'm not on Arkenstone yet. So I'll have characters there. Gladden? No, I went to Gladden. Gladden is a U.S. server, maybe? Guahir, that's the other one. I don't have it, and Guahir is the other German server. So I'll be sending at least a character or 2 over there. And I'm going to probably do, Pomela had this great idea. Because, okay, so the character that I have as my main on Laurelin is a burglar. And I love everything about my character except the fact that she's a burglar, because I hate playing a burglar. I'm just not enjoying it. And so I really would prefer that she was a lore master or a hunter. So my main character on Treebeard, who will have... The other thing is my character on Laurelin has all the stuff. So, like, every time there's, like, stuff in this legendary item reward track, I try to get the stuff that I want, like the cosmetics or the pets and stuff like that, and I give it to that main character on Laurelin. Well, my main character on Treebeard is getting all of those things. So when Treebeard ends, she will have everything. And the ideal place for that character is to be my main on Laurelin, most likely. That's my plan right now. 5 years from now, my plan may have changed, but that's currently my thinking. So my hope is to transfer that main character over to Laurelin. She steals the name and becomes that character. So that's my plan in the future. We'll see. Unless SSG has a way for me to change my class by then, because if I could change my class on my character, oh my gosh, that would just make me so happy. That'd make me so happy. All right, I paused here by Will Hindmarsh, this quartermaster, because I wanted to show you at each of these 4 fishing locations, that including the one over in the Shire, there is a quartermaster, and there are some things that are shared between all of them, and there are some things that are unique to each of these quartermasters. The fish, the special fish that you can only catch in that area, so here it says golden redfish, a rare fish caught in Bree, that you can only get here. So the small vegetable garden, I can only get here. The purple flower box, I can only get here. And the white ceremonial dress, I can only get here. There's a white version, there's like a blue one, like a red one or something. There's like 3 or 4, I think there's 3 or 4 different versions of these. They're different colors, but they're the same dress, just different colors, but they take each an individual spot in your wardrobe. So I abstain because I'm just mad about that. So I'm not getting those. But if you want that dress, that's where you get it. Now, if I'm like, I don't care about any of those things, just give me tokens for the fish, I can actually turn in the fish and get 6 Farmers Faire tokens for that. Now, I say that this is the only place where you can get certain things. There is a quartermaster, I think, at the party tree who has, I think, all of the things. Or maybe she has only the unique things from each location. I'll have to double check. We'll pop over to the party tree. But you'll notice that this guy has the Summer Days music box, the Summer Days wallpaper, and then you can get decorative walls that already have the Summer Days wallpaper installed on them. You can get like a 10-meter one, a tall 10-meter one, a 20-meter one, and a tall 20-meter one. So that's where you would find this fun stuff. Aaron Bard says, where is this guy? So the pond is over here, and Bree is over there. So Bree, pond, and he's right over here by the pond. He's just standing off to the side. So there you are. So there's a quartermaster at each of these locations, but I need to go talk to Nettie Grub back in Bywater. So what's my fastest way back to Bywater? Maybe let's try Thorin's Gate. Let's see what that does for me. So I'm at 2 hours since I started this crazy thing. Yes, you're welcome, Aaron Bard. Let's see, what am I'm looking for a horse with a name. So I'm going to wrap up in not too terribly long here. How's it going over there? Awesome. All right, so I'm going to get myself back to... Yeah, that's fine. Party tree, that's fine. We'll just run down from the party tree. Oh, but while we're here, we can look at that quartermaster that's over here, I think. Give her a little time to resolve. I think there's a quartermaster. Yeah, here we are. So next to Campanula, here is Ernwid Brandybuck. She's a quartermaster. And so you'll see that she has the 4 different fishes. So the Kelp Hall, which you can get at Celondim, the Silver Haddock, which you can get in Thorin's Hall, the Golden Redfish, which you can catch in Bree, which we did, and the Starry Flounder that you can get over here in the Shire. So if you are like struggling to catch those fish, or you just don't want to deal with the fishing, you can come over here and spend tokens to get the fish, and then you can use the fish to buy the special festival thing. So like there's a seasonal banner, and you need the Starry Flounder for that one. Here we have the live days category of things. So we've got the wallpaper and then the different walls. There's the large flower bed, large vegetable garden, summer welcome mat, which is really nice. We got those for a while. Here we have the elvish stuff. So you've got the elf version. There's firework launchers, which are yard items, which is hilarious. And now we're getting into the Summer Fest category. I think it's the Summer Fest wallpaper that's my favorite. I always have to go and look this up because they have such similar names, but I think it's the Summer Fest, not the Summer Days. Anyway, so yeah, all those different things. Like there's that white ceremonial dress that we talked about. So those 4 different locations, their special stuff is with her. But the stuff that's the same at each location, I don't think she has it. So, yeah. Just a little crazy, like, overlapping or not overlapping stuff. Okay. I guess I should have just gone to Mickle Delving, but then I wouldn't have been able to show you the quartermaster, so it all works out. All right, so we're going to pop back down so I can turn in this quest and open up the daily quests. Oh, and while we were out and about doing that, my timer finished on that other fishing quest that we were doing for, what was it, Gamber Bogs or somebody down there. We'll go find out. So she'll just have a finished ring over her head. Hey, my shoulder stopped hurting so much. Yay. Oh yeah, Melia Pot. So we finished her quest. It was just a time quest it ran. So that's cool. And let's see. Okay, here we go. Nettie Grove. So you'll notice that all these other rings are up now because I had the quest with Melia Pot up. It's now over. So now they're like, oh yeah, you can come talk to me. So we don't need to, but we could.
How do you
Okay.
do?
So we've saved the festival and we get 6 tokens for that. Thanks, man. Ooh, and a level. Neato. So now there's a quest here, the fishing hole.
Good day.
Catch as many
My
fish as you
time
can
never
in
works
10
with you.
minutes. So this is what Arthur was talking about before, where you're only going to catch the fish that are the special fish of that pond during that time. So here, I'll go ahead and start this and we can finish off with some fishing. All right, so let me turn myself around. Turn the Hobbit round. There we go. Yeah, so if you have any other last minute questions, go ahead, excuse me, and pop those into the chat. Yeah, Airbunny says, I know the feeling, talking about your character being a class that you don't enjoy playing. My main is a minstrel, but I wish I could be a Hobbit captain or a rune keeper. Yeah, soon I'll be able to, yes, but just not with the character that's already been started. I do appreciate that you can do a name change and you can do a race change. So that's actually what I did with the character that I transferred to Laurelin from Bombadil, the PvP server, when that was over. She actually was an elf, a high elf, and her name was Tidehide. Because my other character on that server was named Tide Haste over on Bombadil. Tide Haste went over to Evernight, and then Tidehide went over to Laurelin. But it didn't take me very long before I realized that the role-playing I was going to be doing on Laurelin was going to be Hobbit focused. I just wasn't, the high elf thing was cool, but I just wasn't there. Dwarven stuff wasn't really jamming for me. Like, I definitely was going to go and be hanging out with the Hobbits. So I'm like, okay, she needs to be a Hobbit. Well, I went ahead and created Adamantia, who became my main over there. But, yeah, Tidehide then changed into a Hobbit. And she changed her name to Rosenbloom. So that's my Rosenbloom character over on Laurelin. She's a hunter. So that's another option, is like, so if I transfer in a character that has the same name as an already existing character on the server, you get a name change token. So that's basically how I could try to, like, hijack the name, but I'd need 2 name change tokens. Because I would need 1 to change my existing Adamantia to something else, and then the second one to change the character that I want to become Adamantia into Adamantia. So it's a process. We'll figure it out. Yeah. And Pomela says, I just thought about that right now. Yeah, I know. So, I know, it just turns into this big, like, chain of events, right? You're like, well, if I want to have this, I have to do this. Oh, wait, but if I want this, I have to do this. So wait a minute, if I want to do this, I have to actually do this. And it's just like, yes, my almost flawless plan. It'll come together eventually, right? I'm still, like, holding out hope that SSG will find a way to allow us to change classes. Like, they'll just one day out of the blue, without any of us knowing they had this in process in the background, they'll be like, oh, by the way, we've figured this out and we're going to be releasing this in 3 months. And we'll all be like, what? Because quite honestly, as much as I would love to use my main on over, my main from Treebeard, and she's a hunter, and I love the hunter skills for getting around. But really, my Adamantia doesn't go anywhere. She just hangs out in the Shire, so she doesn't need all those hunter skills that I've acquired. But I'll tell you what she does need is a pack of animals around her. So really, from a role-playing perspective, my Adamantia should be a lore master. So that's really what I want. But I don't have a lore master that has all the stuff that my Adamantia, any of my Adamantia, I don't have a lore master that has all the stuff. So I really just need SSG to decide that we can change our class. That's the easy answer. That's the simple one, right? All right. Well, I'm just going to fish the day away here. Yes, I know, right? Adamantia the Lore Master would be perfect. It would be absolutely perfect for her. So, maybe someday we will keep our fingers crossed. Keep our fingers crossed on that. I did start a lore master on Laurelyn, I think, when they first came out. I think. She's got a different name, though, obviously. All right. So, yes, if you have any last-minute questions, now's the time. Because when this timer runs out, I'm going to say my goodbyes. So we got 4.5 minutes. Or less. Oops. I looked away. My fishing pole was doing the thing. Okay, so here's the funny thing, is there's a game. So, before I tell you that thing, I have to tell you the other thing, right? Anyway, so there's games that people play that I hear about. And like on console and stuff, or on Switch or things like that. And I don't have any consoles right now. Like, we just haven't gotten around. Because I can't say that I would want to have the PlayStation over the Xbox over, like, they all are equally advantageous and disadvantageous for me right now. Like, they would all cost more money than I want to spend. So there's that. So I don't have any of the, we don't have any consoles at this time. Like, I really just want to go back in time, get my PlayStation 2 and play all my PlayStation 2 games. And I don't want consoles to evolve beyond that. Just like stop right there and just keep making games like that I can just keep playing on that. And with the Cube, the GameCube, I did like the GameCube. Like, those games were fun too. So just like have it all just stop right there. In time, frozen in time. Anyway, so consoles are not matching my desires and needs at this time. So, somebody get on that, right? Anyway, so I hear people talking about like Stardew Valley and other cute and interesting sounding games. And I'm either playing Lotro on my computer or I'm playing a silly game like on my phone. Those are pretty much my options. So if it's another computer game, it's a maybe, but it's got to be pretty compelling. Well, apparently there's a new game that's in beta right now, Palia, Palia, and they're like, it's kind of like Stardew Valley. I was like, okay, I've heard good things about Stardew Valley. I want to try this. So I've actually got into it, and I'm checking it out, and it's definitely beta. Like, they're still working out some kinks and stuff, but I don't mind. Like, they had to do a rollback for some people not too long ago. I'm like, whatever, I don't care. I'm not as invested in it, it's fine if something goes badly and they have to fix something and you have to maybe redo some storyline or whatever. Like, I'm fine with that at that point. I understand I'm playing a beta and I'm totally fine with that. But I'm enjoying it. It's very cute. It's got some nice style. It's kind of cartoony like this. It's very chill. But at one point I was like, so what's my objective? What's my goal here? Like, what am I supposed to be doing here? Apparently you just like fish and farm and stuff like that. Build and decorate your house. So it's, it's a game for hobbits. Beef forces. I'm hearing a get off my lawn new consoles vibe here. Yes, indeed. Get off my lawn, you new consoles. Back in the day, we only had one kind of controller, and it didn't vibrate. There was none of this. And it was one piece. It was never two pieces. Actually, the idea of that whole Switch techie and party thingy, that's kind of clever. I like that. And I did like the Wiimote where you were swiping and hitting and doing things. That was fun. So anyway, Weird Willow is commenting on my class changes thing and saying that unfortunately she seems to recall Cord saying class changes are really not likely. Too much of a character is built around class, whereas race and name are more surface attributes. I hear ya. I'm just saying, like, never say never, right? It could happen. Oh, yeah, Pamela says, I've seen Palia, would like to give it a try. Didn't know it was in beta. It is, yeah. I mean, it definitely, it's got some beta vibes. But it's super cute so far. There's a lot of characters I've been introduced to, and already I've lost track of who's who. But it's a limited number of characters, because I've been going and looking at, like, their wiki, or not their wiki, but, like, they have some information out and stuff like that. Oh, okay, complete a fishing hole. So kind of catching up and understanding the world a little bit better. So that's been cool. Arabani says, I I really do not understand why people play nowadays games on consoles. It's so inconvenient, right? So inconvenient. It's like one more thing you got to have around the house, collecting dust, all of that. No, it's not that bad. But I do appreciate that I can play like Steam, or I can just play straight off of a downloader, straight off a launcher on my computer. I'm like, that's totally fine. So yeah. All right. Well, I am about to finish off here. So yes, Puma, it's a chill game about living in the Shire. If it was all Shire, that would be so cool. Like if it was all Hobbits, I'm like, I would be probably so 100% in. It would be pretty funny. But as it is, I'm not a Hobbit in the game. You can't pick a Hobbit, so that's okay. So anyway, okay. So I'm finishing up here. I'll be back next week. Yes, same time, same bat station, and doing some more. We'll do more Farmers Faire. Last year, what I did is I spent one day just kind of focusing on the stuff up at the party tree, and then I spent a different day focusing on the stuff just by Hobbiton-Bywater. So I could do that if that would be interesting. If that would kind of help people, be able to figure out what to do, or we can just kind of pick and choose like we did today, pick our favorite quests. We've got options. So if you have a preference, definitely let me know. And then let's see. Now there's going to be a week in September, possibly 2 in a row, where I might not be here. So that's why I paused. I was like, yes, will I be here next week? Yes, I will be here next week. So when we get to those September dates, I'll let you all know. So then, as normal, though, after me today is B4, and he'll be doing his stream Plugging Along, where he's talking about Lotro plugins. And I'm wondering, are you going to be working on the Festival Buddy stuff?
I'm working on Hitbold.
Oh, working on
But
Hitbold,
I
probably.
will be doing a quick one to the festival to kind of get ideas.
Awesome.
And show off
Okay.
Festival Buddy plugin.
So he did some things with the Festival Buddy plugin, and last year with the Farmers Faire, and then since then he has released Festival Buddy 2, which incorporates all of his changes and some other things that he's been doing as well. You may have seen Midsummer Festival. He did Festival Buddy 2 was fully incorporated incorporated the Midsummer Festival, so that was really cool. So he's done some neat things for the Farmers Faire that include Festival Buddy 2. So he's going to do a run through of the festival first and show that off, and then he's going to go and do some rebuilding Hitbold stuff that he's doing with a particular plugin piece for that. So as always with his stream, you're welcome to ask questions. There's anything Lotro related is totally a fair game. And let's see, Tuesday, there we go. So there is also a third streamer on Tuesdays now. We have Meilung. They are on US time, so Meilung is streaming like 8 p.m. Eastern or something close to that, and is doing like a restart, like starting at the beginning and playing through as a brawler. I forget, B4 knows better. He seems to recall better than I do. So anyway, so if you're still around, like in 8 hours or something from now, check his stream out as well. All right. Well, thanks for coming along again today, everybody. Have a great rest of your week. Hopefully you're staying cool. Be safe out there. And as always, stay connected to that Hobbit side of your heart, and I will see you all next week. All right. Bye.